Hi there. I'm super proud that finally we got to this video kasi yun nga, I'm working and then I'm also studying among other things. So parang nahihirapan akong mag-give time to do this actually. Pero I make it a point kasi this also helps me This also helps me study, and it kind of creates a structure din sa study schedule ko na parang meron akong goal na kailangan kong mag-upload. So, before ako makapag-upload, kailangan kong i-update yung notes ko, and then kapag ka nagsasalita ako dito tungkol sa topic and binabasehan ko yung notes ko, nag-i-edit ako along the way. Kasi parang pinuproofread ko yung notes ko. So, ayun. In this video, I will be talking about the family. Okay. So, what is a family home? It is a dwelling house where the family resides and the land on which it is situated, sustained. So, hindi lang siya yung bahay. Kasi pag sabi mong home, diba, isipin mong parang yung house lang. Of course, yung house and lot. It is deemed constituted on a house and lot from the time it is occupied as a family residence. So, yung purpose niya is to be the residential home of the entire family. However, yung family home, hindi siya kailangang composed of maraming tao. It could be instituted by one person. So that's fine. Pero more on that later. A person can constitute only one family home at a time. So bakit significant tong family home? When you read the persons and family relations, especially when you're first year student, parang dinedefine lang yung family home, ganyan. Pero mas maiintindihan natin yung importance nito if nasa obligations and contracts na tayo, for example, or other kinds of law. Kasi pag family home yan, may mga benefits. Like, hindi siya subject to execution, to forced sale, to attachment from the time of its constitution. As long as may mga conditions, which is pag-uusapan natin mamaya. So, ano ba nangyayari? Yung mga forced sale, execution, attachment na to. Kapag may utang kasi yung isang tao, kailangan niyang bayaran yon. What if hindi sapat yung pera niya para bayaran yon? So, usually, isa-subject yung properties niya to execution. Kukunin, kumbaga, yun yung i-convert to cash or yun yung magsaserve as bayad para masatisfy niya yung obligation niya sa creditor niya. So, may mga ganon. Kaya, limited lang to one family home yung pwedeng i-constitute ng isang tao. Kasi baka lahat na gawin niyang family home, lahat ng properties niya meron ng benefits ng family home. So, hindi naman pwede yon. Ano nang i-go after ng creditor? Unfair naman yon. So, yun, a person can only constitute one family home at a time. Pwede naman niya kasing palitan Like, for example, yung family home niya, kunwari, nasa Davao. Tapos, nagpalit siya ng family home. So, nag-set up siya ng family home dito sa Manila, for example. So, that's perfectly fine as long as one family home at a time. Yung intention din yung tinitignan dito. Kung yan ba yung tinuturing mo through your actions as your family home. Okay. So, the family home may be sold, alienated, donated, assigned, or encumbered by the owner or owners kapag marami, as an exception, if there is written consent of the person constituting the same, yung family home, such as the spouse and majority of the beneficiaries who are of legal age. In case of conflict, the court shall decide. So, kahit naman exempt yung family home sa mga sinabi ko kanina like execution, forced sale, or attachment, kapag kayong owners mismo naman, they want they want to sell or alienate the property or dispose of it in any manner that they wish. Pwede naman. Kasi kanila naman yun eh. Yung benefits ng family home na sinasabi ko, it's like a protection na hindi siya pwedeng kunin ng third persons kasi ano nang titirhan yun yan, diba? So the family home shall continue despite the death of one or both spouses or the unmarried head of the family, as the case may be, for a period of 10 years or as long as there is a minor beneficiary. Okay. So, sino ba muna yung magko-constitute ng family home? Who may constitute it? The family home may be constituted jointly by the husband and wife, okay, the spouses, or an unmarried head of the family, regardless of the fact that he is the only beneficiary thereof. So, once ma-constitute na, and again, isa lang, yung status niya ng pagiging family home, maglalast yan kahit na namatay yung nag-constitute ng family home. For example, yung husband and wife, diba? As long as merong minor beneficiary, merong nakatira doon na minor. And kung wala namang minor beneficiary for a period of 10 years from the death of the one who constituted it as the family home. Pero kahit na namatay na yung nag-constitute ng family home, hindi i-disregard natin yung 10 years as long as may minor beneficiary or kung alin yung mas mahabang period. For example, unfortunately namatay yung husband and wife, tas meron silang anak. Pero yung anak nila malapit nang mag-18. Ibig sabihin ba, for example, 16 yung bata nung namatay yung parents niya na nag-constitute ng family home. Ibig sabihin ba 2 years na lang? Hindi. Okay? Merong period of 10 years from the time na namatay yung nag-constitute ng family home. Hindi 2 years. So, whichever is longer. The family home must be part of the properties of the common property of the spouses or of the exclusive property of either spouse with the other's consent. It may also be constituted by an unmarried head of the family as his or her own property. So, pinag-usapan na natin sa previous video na merong property relations, diba? Merong properties na commonly owned by the spouses, depende sa pinag-usapan nila, depende sa marriage settlement nila, depende sa property regime na pinili nila, and other laws that govern their property relations. Pwede rin sa exclusive property ng one of them. So, importante na yung ownership nagve-vest doon sa nag-constitute ng family home. Alangan naman gamitin niya yung gawin niyang family home ang bahay na hindi kanya or nirerentahan lang niya. Hindi naman pwede yon. Okay, who are the beneficiaries of the family home? The beneficiaries of the family home are the husband and wife or the unmarried head of the family, yung nag-constitute, or also including their parents, ascendants, so parents, mga lolo, at pataas, descendants, anak, apo, etc., and siblings who are living in the family home and who depend on the head of the family for legal support. Descendants cannot be considered beneficiaries if they are supported by their own parents and not by the ascendants in case na ascendants yung nag-constitute ng family home. So, yun lang naman yung importante sa family home. It's very easy. Now, let's go to support. So, support consists of everything indispensable for sustenance, dwelling, clothing, medical attendance, education, and transportation. Ito yung importanteng phrase. in keeping with the financial capacity of the family. Kasi iba-iba yung status ng family in terms of like economic status, 'di ba? Dapat rin, parang bagay sa status ng family na yon in terms of their income as a household. Kasi, for example, ang yaman nyo, pero, kunwari gustong mag-law school ng isang anak. Daming pera naman ng parents, diba? Pero ayaw nila. Kaya naman, 'di ba? Kaya naman. Pero bakit hindi ibibigay? Part 'yun ng support. So mamaya i-enumerate ko kung ano yung mga entitlements ng family members in terms of support. Pero syempre, kung yung economic reality ng isang family is they're not doing so well and mababa yung household income nila, then, kunwari, may isa gustong mag-medical school or law school at parang hindi talaga kaya ng budget ng family, hindi entitled sa ganon yung child who wants to go to law school or medical school na i-force yung parents niya to provide for that. Kasi, again, it's in keeping with the financial capacity of the family. Dapat reasonable naman. So, the following are obliged to give and receive support. So, reciprocal siya. And the priority to receive such support in the order that I will state. So, una, spouses. They should support each other. Next is the children, legitimate man or illegitimate. So, napag-usapan na rin natin na kapag ka-illegitimate child, kailangan pa rin i-support. Pero yung support ng illegitimate child, again, manggagaling sa parent niya talaga. Hindi dun sa non-concerned spouse. Pero kung hindi sapat yung pera ng parent ng illegitimate child, pwede niyang kunin as an advance sa community property or conjugal property or common fund nila as the case may be, and it will serve as an advance to that share of the spouse na obliged to give support sa illegitimate child niya. Kasi 'di ba, kapag na liquidate na yung community property or yung conjugal property or yung common fund as the case may be, paghahatian nila yung net remainder. After mabayad yung utang, after mabayad yung ganito, after ma-distribute yung presumptive legitimes, lahat ng yan. So, kung merong matitira, paghahatian nila yon. So, yung share na makukuha after ng hatian ng isang spouse, dun ibabawas. Okay, next. Other descendants in the nearest degree. So, kung meron pa silang dependent, like for example, apo, mga ganyan. Parents, other ascendants in the nearest degree, legitimate siblings and illegitimate siblings, whether full or half blood. So, ganong order. Common property, community or conjugal, may answer for the support of the spouse, common children, and legitimate children of either spouse. However, itong sinabi ko kanina, separate property shall answer for support of all others. If separate property of a spouse is insufficient, the common property shall advance the support to be deducted on such spouse's share upon liquidation. When the obligation to give support falls upon two or more persons, the payment of the same shall be divided between them in proportion to their resources. In case of urgent need and by special circumstances, pwede silang pumunta sa court and the judge may order only one obligor to furnish support without prejudice to reimbursement from the other obligors of the share due from them. So yung obligors dito refers to the persons obliged to give support. So when without the knowledge of the person obliged to give support, it is given by a stranger, the latter shall have a right to claim the same from the former, unless it appears that he gave it without intention of being reimbursed. So, kunwari, si A at si B, mag-asawa, merong anak na si C. Ayaw ngayon bigyan ng support ni A at B yung anak nilang si C. Si C, merong jowa, si BF. Diba? Si BF ngayon yung nagsusupport kay C. So, yung mangyayari dito, pwedeng mag-claim si BF ng ginastos niya as support dun kay C kasi si A at B obliged to give support kay C. Unless na lang na nagsabi si BF na hindi siya magpapa-reimburse. So, right to claim, ibig sabihin nasa kay BF yan kung magpapa-reimburse siya doon sa parents ni C. Obligation to support a spouse ceases when the marriage is declared void, malamang kasi wala nang rights and obligations between spouses na sever na. In a legal separation, however, the court may still order the guilty spouse to support the innocent spouse kahit separate na sila ng bed and board kasi kasal pa rin naman sila. Pending legal separation or annulment, support pendente lite or pending litigation, yun yung meaning niya. For spouses and children will come from the common property of such spouses. So habang nagkakasuhan, nag-aaway si mommy at si daddy, paano na yung support ng children? Kailangan pa rin silang isupport kahit na may dispute between the spouses kasi yung obligation nila hindi naman nasususpend. And yung support, kailangan tuloy-tuloy yan kasi importante yan for sustenance Okay, now let's go to parental authority. Ang bilis. I love it. It is comprised of caring for and rearing the children for civic consciousness and efficiency, and development of moral, mental, and physical character and well-being of children. So, parental authority, kung paano i-care, kung paano palakihin, kung paano i-develop yung moral, mental, physical character, and well-being of the children, it's up to the parents really. As long as hindi lang siya magko-constitute as child abuse. Diba? So, maraming style ng discipline na ini-employ yung parents, nasa sa kanila na yon. Kasi sila yung merong parental authority. And it cannot be renounced or transferred except in cases provided by law. So, yung parental authority na to, sino nag-exercise? Si mommy ba or si daddy? Both, jointly. Pero in case of disagreement, just like sa ibang cases or situations, the father's decision shall prevail. Kasi patriarchal nga yung family code natin. Unless the mother seeks judicial order to the contrary. So, meron namang recourse si mother or si wife, pero kailangan niyang pumunta sa court. In case of separation of the parents, the court shall designate who has parental authority. So, yung kinoconsider dito ng court is the best interest of the child. So, maraming factors na kinoconsider. Not necessarily mapupunta sa nanay, even if, as mentioned before sa previous video, na kapag ka yung bata sa younger than 7 years, it is presumed na sa nanay mapupunta. Pero, pwede naman kasi yung nanay incapable. Like, for example, meron siyang bisyo or considering the best interest of the child, parang hindi okay kapag sumama sa nanay. So, pwedeng ibigay sa tatay. So, case-to-case basis yan. Depende sa circumstances. Basta best interest of the child yung kinoconsider dito. In case of illegitimate children, the mother has parental authority. Okay. So, kaya nga, diba, sa surname, pag legitimate child, mother. Pero may option na pwedeng gamitin yung surname ng father. And again, kapag ka sa public document, nire-recognize ni father na anak niya yan, or private document pero importanteng handwritten, mga ganyan. So, balikan nyo na lang yung children, diba, na videos natin. Parents and other persons exercising parental authority shall be civilly liable for injuries and damages. So, mas ma-explain to sa torts. caused by the acts or omissions of the unemancipated children, meaning hindi pa naka-reach ng age of majority, living in their company and under their authority, subject to appropriate defenses provided by law. So, pag yung anak mo, minor, may nabasag sa mall, sinong magbabayad? Malamang yung parents niya. So, ganon yung isang example. Kung ano yung gawin ng bata, dahil ikaw yung may parental authority, ikaw yung magsasalo ng liability kung ikaw yung parent. Or kung hindi man parent, kung ikaw yung nag-exercise ng parental authority over that child. Kasi parental authority, it's an obligation din eh. So, nasa sayo na to make sure that your child behaves properly. Parang pets lang din. Ayokong i-compare yung children sa pets. Pero ganun din sa pets. May mga cases din sa torts na kapag pet mo, may nakagat, diba? And you were found to be irresponsible. So, you have to pay for the injury suffered by another person in the form of damages. Okay. In joint legal guardianship, both parents shall jointly exercise guardianship over the property of their unemancipated child without the necessity of court appointment. Kasi there are instances wherein bata pa pero meron ng properties. Pwedeng binigay sa kanya in the form of donation, pwedeng galing din sa lolo, for example, na mayaman, or pwede rin child star, yung bata, di ba, artista, so meron siyang income, nagkaroon siya ng mga property. So, yung parent, siya yung may power ng administration ng property ng unemancipated child. Diba? So, the property of this unemancipated child earned and acquired with his work or industry or by onerous or gratuitous titles such as donation, for example, shall belong to the child in ownership, pero hindi malilipat yung ownership dun sa parents. Nasa pangalan ng child, pero it can be administered by the parents. However, it shall be devoted exclusively sa support ng child concerned and sa education niya unless the title or transfer provides otherwise. And the right of the parents over the fruits and income of the child's property shall be limited primarily to the child's support and pwede namang mag-benefit of course yung family niya. Pero secondary lang. Secondarily to the collective needs of the family. So, substitute parental authority. In case of death, absence, or unsuitability of both parents, kahit buhay sila pero unsuitable sila for a number of reasons, the following in order may exercise substitute parental authority, which is the same as the authority of parents over their children. So, surviving grandparent, lolo or lola. Pero if both naman na grandparents are alive, both lolo and lola alive, or pwedeng meron siyang grandparents sa maternal side, meron siyang grandparents sa paternal side, so apat sila dyan, diba? Sino sa kanila? The court shall decide. So, in order yan. Pero pag walang lolo, walang lola, yung substitute parental authority mapupunta sa oldest sibling. Pero yung oldest sibling dapat over 21 years old. Okay? If walang lolo, walang lola, walang kapatid, walang kuya, walang ate na over 21 years old, then the child's actual custodian who must be over 21 years old. Hindi naman papabayaan ng court yan, mag-a-appoint din ng court ng suitable guardian. So, yung guardianship actually, mas naaano siya, mas nadidiscuss siya sa rules of court, remedial law. Family tracing and reunification. It's a process where disaster response teams reunite families separated by natural and human catastrophes by bringing together the child and family of a previous care provider for the purpose of re-establishing long-term care. So, who are orphan children? Sino yung mga orphans? These are children who do not have a family. Wala silang parents. Wala rin silang relatives who can assume responsibility for their care. So, mag-isa sila. Separated children naman are separated from both parents or from their previous legal or usual primary caregiver, but not necessarily from other relatives. As a result, this may include children accompanied by other family members. Wala lang dun sa primary caregiver or sa parents, pero possibly nasa other relatives. Unaccompanied children, children separated from both parents and other relatives, and who are not being cared for by an adult, by law or custom, is responsible for doing so. So, yan. Ang difference sa orphan is sa orphan wala na talaga eh. Sa unaccompanied is na-separate lang siya. Meron pero pinabayaan ba? So, what happens to these children? The government will take care of them. These children whose families and relatives cannot be found, or if andyan pero assessed to be incapable of providing proper care and protection, kasi nga best interest of the child yung kinoconsider natin, di ba? Shall be placed in a licensed and accredited residential care facility or with a with a foster family in accordance with Article 140 of the Child and Youth Welfare Code, or a community-based center. A registered social worker shall provide the needed case management and intervention if necessary. So, what is special parental authority? Different naman to sa parental authority. While the child is under their supervision, instruction, or custody, so temporary lang siya during these times lang, or during all authorized activities, meron silang limited authority over the child. Okay? Pero in no case can they discipline, quote-unquote, the child na pwede silang mag-inflict ng corporal punishment. No yung corporal punishment upon the child if special parental authority lang meron ka. So, sino-sino sila? Of course, school administrators ng bata, teachers, or persons engaged in childcare or other authorized persons by law. So, termination of parental authority. The following permanently terminates parental authority of a parent or guardian over the child as the case may be. Siyempre, pag namatay yung parent, diba? Or yung guardian, siyempre wala ng parental authority. Yung parent or guardian yun, patay na siya. So, yung mangyayari dyan, ililipat yung parental authority. Yun yung substitute parental authority. So, pag patay na yung parents, so, sa grandparents, di ba? Meron ng lista na na-mention earlier. Pag namatay yung bata, syempre, kanino i-exercise ng parent yung parental authority niya? Patay na yung bata. Emancipation of the child, or when the child attains the age of majority, which is 18 years old in this jurisdiction. So, balikan lang natin ng konti, no? Naisip ko lang. What happens to the property of the child na ina-administer ng parents pag namatay yung child? Siyempre, succession yung mangyayari. Kapag walang descendants yung bata, malamang aakyat sa ascendants. Pero succession na yun. Pero I feel na it's worth mentioning. Next is adoption of the child. So, yung parental authority ng biological parents matatransfer doon sa adopter. Appointment of another guardian. So, for some reason, na-divest ng parental authority yung parent or guardian currently having parental authority. Okay? So, the court deems na mas better na palitan yung guardian. So, mawawala na yung parental authority dun sa isa. Malilipat na dun sa bagong inappoint ng court. If there's judicial declaration of abandonment of the child, final judgment of termination of parental authority, yung court na mismo nagsabi na wala ka ng parental authority for some reason, or upon judicial declaration of absence or incapacity of the person exercising parental authority. So, notice nyo, hindi ko in-include dito yung civil interdiction kasi yung civil interdiction, suspended lang yung parental authority mo. Kapag ka nawala naman na yung penalty ng civil interdiction, magre-resume din naman yung rights, yung civil rights, including yung right to parental authority. Mature minor doctrine. It is a legal principle that recognizes the capacity of some minors to consent independently to medical procedures, if they have been assessed by qualified health professionals to understand the nature of procedures and their consequences to make a decision on their own. Evolving capacities of the child. It is the concept enshrined in Article 5 of the Convention on the Rights of the Child, recognizing the developmental changes and the corresponding progress in cognitive abilities and capacity for self-determination undergone by children as they grow up, thus requiring parents and others charged with the responsibility for the child to provide varying degrees of protection and to allow their participation in opportunities for autonomous decision making. So yes, tapos na natin yung family code. Okay. Yun na guys, yung family code. Yung next part natin sa civil law review playlist is property. Yun na yung next na idadaldal ko, topics on property. After ng property, succession. So sana matapos natin yan until December. Tapos sa ibang playlists naman, sa criminal law review, tapos natin yung buong civrev hanggang December, which is book 1 and book 2. Tapos sa polyrev, tapusin natin lahat, Consti 1, Consti 2, admin law, lahat ng included sa polyrev. Kaya natin yan. And hopefully pati public international law. Pag hindi ko matapos yung polyrev, medyo duda ako kung matatapos ko yung polyrev. Pag hindi ko matapos yung polyrev, edi okay. Pero yung sa civ, again, hanggang succession lang muna sa December. Tapos yung ibang topics sa civ, like oblicon, sales, cred trans, pati land titles indeed, sige, 2024 na. Para naman realistic na kayanin. Ayun, so good luck in your study of law. Good luck sa atin, including myself, kasi I also need to do a lot of studying. I will be uploading siguro crimrev, that topic on extinction of criminal liability, para lang tapos na natin yung book 1 for crimrev. And then, magpapahinga muna ako sa pag-upload kasi ang dami kong upload lately. Pero, pansin nyo, yung upload ko parang isang bagsakan. Like, mananahimik ako for like 5 or 6 days. And then, kasi naayos ko yung notes ko before ako gumawa ng video para naman hindi nonsense yung pinagsasabi ko dito at merong structure. Ayun. And, na-mention ko na to before, pero ulitin ko lang. Saan ko ba binabasa yung notes ko? Kasi, baka isipin yung hindi reliable. Well, possible na may mga mistakes ako. That's possible. And, I just want you to know that, whatever yung masasabi ko dito, it's made in good faith. Wala akong intention manlason. Because, that's contrary to the purpose of this channel, and ayoko naman masira ako because of that. Pero if may mga honest mistakes ako na nagawa, then just feel free to point them out para para ma-correct din ako, which would be very helpful. Or baka may mas updated kayong mga information about a particular concept or doctrine of law, diba? Or may mga bagong kaso dyan na bagong interpretation ng law. So, magtulungan na lang tayo. And yun. Pero yung binabasayan ko ng notes ko is the Beda Syllabus for the review subjects. And as for the contents of my notes and the stuff that I'm talking about sa videos, I source it from my personal notes sa law school, notes I made while enrolling sa jurists bar review. Pero in no way did I lift anything, and then I am just making clear that I'm not infringing any intellectual property rights here. Caudal, case doctrines, libro. Okay. For civil law, yung sources ng notes ko kay Balane, Jurado, Mison, Paras, De Leon. Tapos mga reviewers, mga bar 2023 reviewers. So, yun. Particularly ng San Beda. Yung mga reviewers pare-parehas lang naman sa totoo lang. Kapag i-compare mo, pare-parehas na ng content yan kasi syempre lahat yan sourced sa batas, 'di ba? Hindi naman yan original ideas It has to be from the law itself. The difference lies in how they organize, I guess, and what they include and what they exclude. Ayun. Okay, bye. See you sa next